Hello, deep divers. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another week of our South African YouTubers deep dives. Like I've always said before, this content is not malicious. This content is purely for entertainment. So keep it cute in the comments, guys. Be nice in the comments, okay? If you don't have anything good to say, as they say, rather don't say it. Or if you wanna disagree politely, guys. We can disagree in the comments, but what is not gonna happen is some disrespect. Okay, this week, divers, we are going to talk about a YouTuber. Alela ningangijwayeli ubonang YouTuber angithi uzile YouTube wathi uya YouTuber so ke utaba YouTuber ke Bonang. So this week we are talking about Bonang's interview with Thando Thabethe. Guys, as soon as I watched this interview, something in me was like, "Ayibo, ikhona into off up." And I tried to watch some more, but I was like, hey man, is Thando shading Bonang? Now, before we get into this juicy story, I just want to thank all of you that have subscribed to my channel, all 50-something of you. And I just want to say that, it's really encouraging. The thumbs ups that people leave on the videos, the comments, I really, really love reading the comments. I just want to ask all the people that keep coming back to watch, darling, because YouTube, these are not new people. These are people that are coming to watch every week. But subscribe, for why? For why, guys? For why you not subscribe to my channel? Hi, man. Press the subscribe button, guys. Like this video, leave a comment. It's really encouraging just to keep making the videos. Okay, thank you. Now let's hear Thando.
So everyone thinks Bonang's first show was Manhattan Fantasy Challenge, which is incorrect. Yes. The first time I met you, I thought I had landed a job. So my oh my God, you didn't tell me this. My agent, I've never told you this. Yes. So my agent calls me, says, go to Sasani Studios. Okay. I get there, and there's a tall, beautiful girl, but everyone's faffing around her, right? So earpiece, script. I'm like, no, man, why is no one giving me the script? I'm supposed to be hosting this thing. Yeah. And I was one of the kiddies that was like part of, and you were the...
Okay, you had that little story, the little innocent story, right, of how Thando and Bonang met, that she's never told Bonang. Okay, now, above the surface, the story is cute, but when you look deeper, Thando sabambe isigqoko. Usabambe isigqoko sangokya. She thought she got a job. But Bonang was the madam. Everybody was fussing over Bonang. She was the star of the show, and she was just one of the little kiddies that were just going to be part of Bonang's thing. Hey, Gosiam, I hope, Thando, you are not still holding a grudge, shame, because Bonang just does what Bonang does, man. Bonang is who Bonang is. This is our teen, okay, guys? This is our teen. And... hey, I don't know, man. I just also found like we were the little kiddies. She's trying to say Bonang is old. I don't know. I might be reaching with that one, but there's something, just a gut feeling that's telling me that this is all some shady business.
For live 2 or 3 times, actually. I auditioned. They went back and back again to Urban Brew, and finally they teamed me up in my final audition with Andile, and then I landed the job, I think, a couple of days after my 18th birthday, if I'm correct. Okay, on a lighter note, they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And we scoured the internet and found a lot of imitation.
All right.
Which speaks to you, right? And what you've done for the television landscape. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but you'll be able to hear it. We've put together a montage of some fabulous young South Africans presenting. But a lot of them sound like you. Take a listen.
Now tell me, divers, when you hear Thando like preempt what's about to happen this way, what comes to your mind? Because what comes to my mind is that these are going to be people that are presenters, right? And their presenting style is similar to Bonang. That's what I thought was going to happen. But that's not what happened at all. Let's hear what happens.
From our book launch, which was an absolute success, darlings. And it could never have been the success that it was if it wasn't for you, South Africa. So apparently though, judging from the Twitter streets, I supposedly think that I thinks that I thought that I thinks that I did about South Africa. I just want to say, you know, if you're writing a book and also sipping on your 5,000 Rand champagne at the same time, grammatical errors do happen.
I'm not sure what Thando is talking about, but this girl, she's not a presenter. She's imitating Bonang. I don't know, maybe it's flattery. Some would say it's mocking, but it's definitely a subject that I'm pretty sure Bonang does not want to talk about, which is the flop that was her first attempt at a book. I think I thought I think and I talk. Anyway, guys, it's not funny because the person who came to the interview did not know that that was going to be brought up, and it's being brought up in the slyest way possible. You know, in this way, Thando Thabethe has plausible deniability. She can feign ignorance, darling. She can be like, oh, I was just playing clips. But why those clips, But why those particular ones? Guys, continue to listen. She's going to play another clip, okay?
When I wanted to take my friend, Lona Lons Mukiel, for a Thai massage, gore a kgone go tlhaloganya gore batho ba monyolla mafura, o monyolla ditshila. Wait, there was this one time when I went by myself and Keenan. Is that
how I speak?
So I called Lona and as per usual, she is late.
Is that how I sound?
Again, another subject that I'm pretty sure Queen B does not care to have be brought up. Keenan, whoever. Now this other voice over whatever is imitating Bonang talking about AKA at some point in time. And how do you think Bonang feels about that? And do you think Thando knows that Bonang wouldn't want to be listening to that and reacting to it? But guess what? Your queen keeps it classy. She continues to through it, but she's like, I hope these things are coming to an end. Is there another one coming up? We are Monba at this time. She's a bit annoyed.
You know, they came up with a term, it's called Bonangisms. Yes. And it's because of, the presenting style that I have. You know, the history of South African entertainment, TV hosts, TV personalities, TV presenters aren't really seen as huge celebrities. So when I came around and I created this whole business just from being what they call talking heads, I've been able to change the trajectory of how people approach OAPs, on-air personalities. Yeah. And I think that's how people think you need to present, because I do it so well.
But yeah. And that's right, it's true. And I'm glad you took it there, because
it was at this point that Thando Thabethe was like, wait a minute, stop right there. Yibaba mfana, wathi uthini? Uthi wena uqale ini? Hayibo, thina siyawathi thina ama-celebrity lamakhulu, beka ngama-presenter, siyawazi nathi Bonang akusinguwe oqale lento. She had it now. She said, you took that gig from me when I was a baby, and now you think you're all that.
if you think about it, there was the era of the Vinolia Mashikos, right? On your jam alleys. It was also the era of what they call continuity presenters, where in between each show, there'd be somebody speaking to us, telling us what is coming on, your Zandin Tlapos of life, right? So that was before your...
She was like, oh my God. She was like, do you understand? Who divas? She was like, do you understand? It was before your time. We had these stars, Movinolia, Mozandi. We are born as you started something. Come on.
I'm a traditional media girl. You did the rounds, the radio interviews, you did the magazine covers, you did the newspaper interviews. Now, magazines don't exist. Radio is fighting with podcasting. Sorry, I know. I had to pause there.
Hey, Nkosi yami, Bonang, cishe wadakhela sitha. Cishe wathi, radio does not exist. The time Thando Thabethe is waiting. Uthini lapha kule radio interview yami uthini. Wathi Bonang, whoa, radio is competing. Hey, kunzima.
Have so many superstars, but why aren't they where they need to be? Because we don't know how to cultivate them, provide for them, and then move them to where they need to be. Nigeria does that very well.
They do, but it's
Right?
also but it's also artists in Nigeria supporting one another. Do you feel? I mean, we know South Africa loves you, but do you feel supported particularly by women in the South African entertainment industry?
Now, there was a weird twist of events. She carefully moved her question to ask specifically about women, okay? At first, she said artists supporting each other, people within the entertainment industry. And instead of the question going, who in the entertainment industry has supported you, Bonang? The question went, which women? Now we know Bonang's history with women in the South African entertainment industry. So many haters. Guys, I'm not that person that believes that if a lot of people are fighting with you, it means you're the problem. Sometimes people, a lot of them, are ganging up and fighting because you're becoming something. And then everyone becomes a hater. This is something that truly happens. So if you're always telling yourself that if you find yourself in a situation where people are turning on you, it means that all the time you are wrong. I don't subscribe to that, Mnashem. And because I've seen it happen a lot. I've seen it in like spaces that are not necessarily for famous people, like in workspaces where other women are hating on a particular woman that's on the rise, and then they hold each other's hands to hate on her. So Thando Thabethe is very much aware of Bonang's history with South African women in entertainment, and she brings this up hoping it's a trap, guys. It's a trap door. So either Bonang can say, oh, I've never been supported, or Bonang has to like make up some fake women that have supported her, which, I mean, I'm sure there are some, but I feel like this conversation was being taken somewhere and Bonang just went, slice it. Wavelo Bonang, she spoke about women in general, how women have supported her in general.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Women are the biggest consumers of my wine. They're the biggest consumers of my brand. So absolutely, I wouldn't be Bonang if I didn't have an audience. There's multiple opportunities to create other Bonangs. It's just that how Bonang came up, those avenues have changed a little bit. So that's why I wanted to create the agency, number one, to help and become a Superman for other people, because I had Supermen, growing up in my industry.
Who are those people for you?
There's so many. Dumi Rabanye at SABC1, Leo Mana, Hlawudi Metsoneng, believe it or not, Andile Ngube. There are so many people, agents,
At this point, Bonang begins to answer the question that should have been asked. Who in the industry has supported you? I don't know where the tangent about women was going. Maybe it's no longer Women's Month, man. I don't know. But for me, it sounded shady that she went for women after it was going from artists from Nigeria support each other.
Speaking of business, let's talk about House of B&G.
Yes.
How did that idea come about?
Oh my God, is Thando Thabethe fishing for drama again with this question? I mean, we know the drama that has been circling around the media about Bonang's wine brand. Bonang, it's not hers, this. Yet I don't even know how that ended up, but clearly Bonang's going to tell us now because Thando's asking, and it definitely is not what Thando was hoping for, I can assure you.
It was many years ago. So I had a show called Being Bonang, and on the show, I think everybody knows Champagne, darling. I love me a good glass of champagne. Groove. So I'm a big celebrator. I love to celebrate myself. I love to celebrate life. Everything about a good glass of champagne is just the ultimate for me. And when I did Being Bonang, it started trending online. You know, all the little innuendos and the little, quotables that we had running. And one of them that stood out was Champagne Darling. And I thought to myself, well, I've sold lingerie for other people, clothes, cars, cognac and vodka for other people. Why don't I make my own? Using everything that I have, made up.
Okay, divers, I hope we heard the Queen saying, make my own. So I hope this puts all those nasty rumors to bed, everything else that was in speculation, because she did say that she made her own. She continued to even say that she had a winemaker, somebody who was taking it through it. I think some people think that if Bonang has a wine brand or a champagne brand, then she must have a vineyard. She must go there. She must stomp onto the wine. She must, guys, isebenza njalo.
With Jeff Greer down in Stellenbosch. He's my wine master. And we came up with the House of B&G.
And did you guys hear he's my wine master?
Yes.
Because, because people have wine masters.
No, it's ups and downs. But for me, it's like, yes, you have to commercialize. And I'm glad that I was able to do it for myself with my own thing.
The journey hasn't been without drama, turmoil, lawsuits, ask me.
Yes. Hey, Thando Thabethe rata drama shame white. Ngwana o nkosi yami, ngwana o rata drama modimo. Ay, ora usathi lawsuits ask me.
I don't know.
Anyway, guys, there were many parts of this interview that were on brand, motivational, trying to keep the spirit of what we've known the hair podcast to be. But I genuinely felt like there were several times where Thando Thabethe was trying to go down low, but she knew she couldn't do it explicitly, but she tried to unsettle Bonang. But Bonang is a professional. She took this like a pro. She was amazing. I still love this interview. I love the look that she had. I think she managed to take a situation that was filled with minefields, and she made it a beautiful interview. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm crying about something, right?
Yeah.
I think you have been a great inspiration. I have watched your journey literally from the beginning, from our YFM days. And I think I'm in awe of what you continue to achieve. I think South African women and men can take a note from your book, your actual book and the book of life. And I ask that you continue to just be a complete inspiration. And we thank you for being part of Her Story Unplugged. Ladies and gentlemen, Bonang Matheba.
Thank you. That was so short.
Thank you. Just when you think the shade the shade is coming to an end, Thando Thabethe goes in with the shade. She's like, she brings up the book, guys. I'm pretty sure Bonang does not want to talk about that book at all. Oh, guys. Oh, my God. Divers, we have come to the end of this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a short one. I haven't been feeling very well, so I thought I still want to stick to my word that I'm going to have one episode every Sunday. You know, it's important that I keep my word not only to you, but to myself, you know, just keep the creative juices flowing. So thank you so much for joining me here every week. Thank you to those who have subscribed. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, conversate with me in the comments. I really, really, really do appreciate you. Okay, see you next Sunday. Bye.